question 1, part A. You can just refer to my drawing and get the answer. Whereby for part B, triangle T to U. So this one is actually a translation with a vector of -2, 2. Whereby for T to V, it is a enlargement, okay, from the center 0, 3 with a scale factor of 3. Part 2A number 1. So 640 multiplied by 102% to the power of 6. Okay, so this is actually the compound interest formula. Then you'll be able to prove it is 721 after you corrected it to the nearest dollar. But for part 2, okay, so 640 times 100 plus unknown percent to the power of 4 equals to 721. Okay, so the percentage here, how do I calculate it, is by taking 721 divided by 640 and then I take it to 4 root to get rid of the power of 4 at the left hand side. So after the calculation, okay, 100% actually equals to 1. So minus it off, then I get 3.02%. Whereby for part B, okay, so the 1200, okay, decreased 10% after 3 years. So this one is actually the compound method. So same thing, 1200 times 90% to the power of 3. So why is it 90%? It is because the keyword decreased 10%. So just take 100 minus 10%, then you will get 90%. Question 3 part A, pretty straightforward. Simply substitute -2, 2 and 4 into the formula. Then you will get the respective fx value. So with the value that we have gotten, we can now construct the graph as shown below. First question, solve fx equals to 0. So simply find when y equals to 0, what is the value. So in our case, it is actually -2.6. Whereby for D, draw a suitable line on the grid, okay, and solve the equation. So y equals to 1 minus x. So simply, for me, I substituted when x value is 1 and x value is 2. So with the coordinate that we have gotten, we can now draw the line and find their intersection, which is -1.5. Whereby for part E, okay, from the point, you are required to draw a suitable tangent line. So I selected two coordinate, which is -2, 0.6, and -4.2, -2. So with the two value, I run the car formula, y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1, and I get the value of 1.18. So for this part C, D, E, if your answer is slightly different from mine, it is totally fine. You can refer to the marking scheme and get the range of acceptable answer. Whereby for question 4A, so first thing that I did was I calculate the midpoint for the time interval, which is 50, 65, 72.5 and 82.5 respectively. Then I took the midpoint multiplied by their frequency and divide by the total of 200. So I get the value of 72.5. So for part B, the key things that you need to know is that for frequency density, it is frequency divided by class interval. So for the first one, we have 10, okay, divided by 20, so we get 0.5. So I do it down, okay, repeat the same steps for the remaining part. Then you'll be able to construct the histogram. Question 5 part A. So total of 7 cards. Show the letter of A. So 4 out of them is A. So 4 over 7 will be the probability. For number 2, show the keyword letter of A or B. So the keyword here is OR, which means either A or B is totally fine. So total there's 6 over 7 and does not show the letter B. It will be 5 over 7. So question B, okay, the keyword here is without replacement. So both show the letter A, so 4 over 7 times 3 over 6, okay, because after you took out, you didn't replace it back. So the answer will be 2 over 7. Whereby for part 2, 2 letters are different. So just take 1 minus B, B minus AA. So the results will be 2 over 3. As for the last one, 3 cards are chosen at random without replacement and do not show the letter C. So not C, there's actually 6 cards there. So 6 over 7 times 5 over 6 times 4 over 5. So your final results will be 4 over 7. Question 6a. The first thing that I identified is the angles CBA and FED. So I treat it as a ratio. Okay, so I multiplied to the 140 degree. So the results that I've gotten will be 105 and 35 respectively. Okay, so followed by the 0, the angle ADC equals to FAD. So those two will be 105. For the remaining part next to it will be 35. So with that being said, okay, FEDA is now a quadrilateral. So we can now use 360 minus 112 and minus 140 and get F value as 100. Whereby for part B, calculate angle ACB. Okay, so this one, okay, key things that I used was angle from the same sector. So the angle CDB will be equals to CAB, so it will be 30. Hence, I took 180 minus 100 minus 30 to get ACB's value as 50. Okay, so additional information is now given at part 2. BXC is 89. Hence, okay, the opposite part will also be 89. And also one more thing, area from the angle from the same sector will be the same. Hence, ACB equals to ADB equals to 50 degree. So simply take 180 minus 50 minus 89, then you get 41. And complete the statement triangle AXD we actually and BXC is actually similar. So for part C, okay, we will be using the similar shape formula. So I took the area and square root them, okay, over RQ equals to square root of area triangle PYS over 11. So by running a calculation, okay, and you square the answer, then you will get 27.83 cm square as the area. For part D, keyword here is that the exterior angle is equals to n over 10 degree. So the formula goes by 360 divided by n equals to n over 10. So the n square will be equivalent to 3600 and n's value will be 60. Okay, and find the size of the interior angle of this polygon. So things that I did was I calculate the exterior angle first, which is 360 divided by 60. Then I get the exterior angles as 6. Okay, so the straight line there will be 180. Hence 180 minus 6. Then you get the interior angle as 174. So for question 7a, okay, simply substitute the value that was given into the formula. Then you'll be able to find that the results will be 331.12 cm squared. Whereby for part 2, okay, make L the subject. So I rearrange them, okay, and get L's value as a minus pi r squared over pi r as the final results. Whereby for part B, number 1, Irene walks 10 km at 4 km per hour, then a further 8 km at 5 km per hour. Find the average speed. So first thing that we know is that the total distance will actually be 18 km because 10 plus 8. Then for us to get the time, we are required to convert the information 4 km per hour and 8 and 5 km per hour into time. So we took 18 km divided by 10 over 6 plus 8 over 5. So the average speed will be 4.39 km per hour. Whereby for part 2, Darelia walks x km at 5 km per hour and then run x plus 4 km at 10 km per hour. So the formulas will goes by x plus 4 over x over 5 plus x plus 4 over 10 equals to 7. So by running the calculation, then you get the final results as x equals to 12. So for this part B and part C, you're required to have a relatively good foundation and concept on the algebra because it involves a lot of shifting and everything. So do take note on that. So for part C, number 1, so you're required to find the original price. So original price times 120% equals to 19.8. So by dividing it, then you will get 16.5 as the original price. Dev sells his model car for X at a profit of Y%. So original equals to X over 100 plus Y%. This will be the formula. Whereby for question A, okay, the formulas actually goes by pi r squared times h. So we actually gotten the final results, which is 180k. So h value will actually be 180k divided by pi 45 squared, which is equivalent to 28.29. For part B, okay, first I calculated the trapezium by taking 50 plus 70 divided by 2, multiplied by its height of 40, then I multiplied its width, which is 150. So the total value will actually be 360,000 cm cubed. So convert it into liter. So things to take note is 1000 cm cubed equals to 1 liter. So just take 360,000 divided by 1000, then you will get 360 liters. So the 180,000 cm cubed water flow into the tank with the rate of 15 cm cubed per second. So I took 180,000 divided by 15, then divide by 60 squared. Okay, the reason being is that for second, I'm required to make it into hours. So 3 hours and 20 minutes will be the final answer. For part D, number 1, show that the h equals to 2 bracket x minus 5. Okay, first on the left hand side, I compared the height, which is hcm and 40 cm. Whereby for the right hand side, I took x minus 50 divided by 2 over 70 minus 50 divided by 2. So after I run the calculation, I get h equals to 2 bracket x minus 50. Okay, so with the formula that we have earlier, show that the shaded area is x squared minus 2500. So simply takes the formula which goes by x plus 50 divided by 2 multiplied by h. Okay, run the calculation. Okay, then you will get x squared minus 2500 as the final results. So find the value of x. So substitute the x squared minus 2500, okay, multiply it by 150, then you will get the results of 180,000. So by doing the shifting, your x value will actually be 60.83. And find that value of h. h equals to 2 bracket x minus 50. Okay, substitute x value that we have gotten earlier, then we get the h as 21.66. Question 9, Part A, Part B, Part C, and Part D. So this one is actually the matrices question. So you can just refer to my working and sort it out. So if you happen to have struggle solving all this, feel free to leave a comment. I will try to help you out whenever available. Whereby for part 10, okay, similar thing, this is actually a function question. So I will not do any voiceover for this part as well because it is pretty straightforward. So you can just refer to my working, relook at it, then you will get the idea on how to solve this question. Question 11, this actually is sequences topic. So if you happen to be weak at this particular topic, feel free to check out the link I attached at the right hand side. Okay, so from there I actually did 2 parts of the explanation video. Okay, you can just utilize all these free resources, okay, and get your sequences topic foundation right. So looking back to the question, for sequences A, okay, both the denominator and numerator increases by 1 as terms goes. So the fifth term will be 5/7, okay, and the n term sequence will goes by n over n plus 2, okay, because when you took 3 minus by 1 you will get 2, but when you take 1 minus by 1 you will get 0. So n plus 0 over n plus 2 equals to n over n plus 2. Whereby for part B, okay, the term by term difference here is actually adding 1 as well. Okay, so the fifth term will actually be 7, okay, and our 0 term here will be 2. So difference is 1, so 1n plus 2 equals to n plus 2. Whereby for C, so -1, 0, 1, 2. So the term by term difference here is actually plus 1 as well. So for the fifth term it will be 3, and from -1 we minus another 1, then we get -2. So 1n minus 2 equals to n minus 2. Whereby for part D, so this is the part where we need to utilize the formula because it is a geometrical or quadratic sequences. So 2 rows of the difference, okay, the last row is the same, then we can utilize the formula 2a equals to 2, a equals to 1, 3a plus b equals to 3, and a plus b plus c equals to -3. So by running a calculation, substitute the value back into the formula an squared plus bn plus c, then we will get the final results as n squared minus 4. Okay, so n squared minus 4, you can actually convert it into n plus 2, n minus 2. Okay, but it's not necessary for this part. So for part B, which term is equals to 36 over 37? So 36 over 37 equals to n over n plus 2. So by running the calculation, you get the n term as 72. Repeat the same method for part C. N squared minus 4 equals to 725. N squared equals to 729. N value will be 27. So thank you for watching. I hope you find this video helpful. If you have friends that are struggling to solve all this past year paper, feel free to share our channel to them. So I wish you all the best in your exam preparation. Thank you.